What's up, guys? Today we are playing Rock Robin, and I've tried to play this game. This is my 5th time trying to play this game because I keep getting interrupted. So hopefully there will be no interruptions this time, and let us get started. I threw my chair across the room. They scattered. Calm down, Robin. I kicked at the table. I still can't talk. Don't tell me. Somebody call security. Get her out of here. I'm supposed to be here. You can't kick me out. I belong here. Stop making a fool out of yourself. I threw my drink. It unfortunately missed. Security burst through the doors with the band manager. There she is. Robin, what are you doing? You can't do this to me, you piece of shit. You need me. The guards grabbed my wrist, but I broke free. Joel, please tell them, Joel. He averted his eyes in embarrassment. Natasha, I thought we were friends, goddammit. We are friends. The guards are behind me again. I got right in her face. Not anymore, you. That's enough. Get her out of here. The guards pulled me back by my arms. They were too strong to fight. So I spit instead. I spat right at his feet on his ugly, shiny shoes. He didn't like that. He was on me before I could blink, grabbing me by the collar. Do you know how much these cost? Your dignity, your common sense, or were those for that awful satin shirt? Just leave, Robin. You're making it so much worse for yourself. Worse? I don't think it'd be much worse, you backstabbing low-life pieces of The guards almost twisted my arm off, yanking me out of the room. She's not allowed on the premises. Got it? Traitors! Traitors! The concrete scraped my palms as I was tossed out the back door of the building. The distant songs immediately ceased, kind of like my life right now. Thrown out on my ass after 5 years, I gave them my sweat and blood and more, damn it. How could Sterling do that to me, after all these years, after all I'd given him? Now the truth comes out. He had never once loved me, and now that he was done with me, I was yesterday's garbage. And not just him, they all had it out for me, Joel and Natasha too. All of you. The door didn't reply, of course. I got a few weird looks from the smokers outside, but what did I care? What are you looking at? They shifted their eyes away, trying to ignore me. A smoke actually sounded good right about now. Let me a drag. I went up to one of the idiots and took a puff. I don't think they liked that by the way they shoved me away. I stumbled back into the brick wall and got the breath knocked out of my lungs. Fuck, I was a mess. Rough night. What an understatement. Eat me. A cigarette pack caught my eye. Was this man offering me one? Need a fix? I was hesitant at first, but I greedily took the offered cigarette and shoved it in my mouth. I immediately patted my pockets and groaned. But he had that covered too. I watched him as he lit the end. He had a huge grin on his face. I'm not coming home with you or anything, so just forget it. Not interested. Who are you supposed to be? Okay, rocker, musician, superstar, or nobody. Let's be a musician. Singer, songwriter. Robin's strength is now in writing. He smirked and turned to leave. Just like that? Hey, I ain't no charity case. I found some change in my pocket. He turned back around and I flung the coins at him. He looked down at them and then back up to me in the most condescending look I'd seen since 5 minutes ago. Everyone was better than me, were they? I pushed by him, taking puffs on the cig in my mouth. I rounded into the alley to be alone. Sure enough, no one was there. That was me, all alone. Yep. I slammed my fist into the brick wall. I didn't feel it, but I was sure it hurt. My entire body trembled with something I couldn't explain. Here I was among the trash where I belonged, huh? Sterling would be laughing his ass off. The thought made me angry, very angry. I started hitting and kicking everything in sight. I yelled and screamed. Okay, so I started crying. I couldn't hold myself any longer. I collapsed. I lost the cigarette somewhere between standing and sitting. I shook and swayed, trying to be silent as I could while hearing the careless voices of people just outside the alley. Eventually, my hands began to hurt from the thrashing around I had done. I looked down and they were bleeding. Those bastards. Did they even know what they were doing to me? I was bleeding. Slowly, I brought myself back to my feet and brushed the dirt from my clothes. I need a drink. What's with those faces? Nervous? Guys, I don't think this is the best time. What's wrong? What is it? We've put this off for too long. We have to tell her at some point. We should have been honest and told her this a month ago. Tell me what? Are you guys keeping a secret from me? I thought we trusted each other. Robin, I'm sorry, but My stuff was at Sterling's apartment, and I definitely wasn't going back there. In fact, the only place in the city where I knew I was welcome was a bar in the boonies. It had been a while since I stepped foot in that hole, but what choice did I have? I had to leave. The twinkling lights of both my stardom and the city faded away in the distance. I really didn't want to go back to the burbs. Everything closed at midnight and those stupid noise ordinances. Ugh. I had trouble finding the bar again. The taxi driver was being a genuine ass about it, too. But there it was, Tracy's bar. I hoped that Owen was still there. I popped my collar in an attempt to hide my identity. I would just cause a big scene in a small-time bar like this. I weaseled through the cramped space and up to the counter. He was a sight for sore eyes. After all these years and he was still at a joint like this, he must have married that chick. I tried to get his attention nonchalantly. What can I do for you? No, dummy, it's me. What? I lowered my collar and flashed him a fake smile. Robin, what are you doing here? Shh, not so loud. You want to riot? Riot? Look, I need to crash at your place. What's wrong? What happened to... Damn it, Owen, can I stay here or not? Hey, you know I'm always here for you, but I'm living with Tracy now. So he did marry her. What's that mean for me? Who's in the loft then? Give me their number. No one is right now. It's empty. I slammed my hands on the countertop. Well then, what's the problem? Give me the key. Look, Robin, I know you're probably going through a rough patch, but... Rough patch? Rough? My voice broke then, so I shut up. I think Owen might have noticed, because he dropped it. Look, I'll call Trace, all right? Just stay here and watch the bar. He walked off and disappeared into the back room. Some nearby customers looked my way, so I snarled at them. Mind your own business. I looked around. The bar had changed since I was last here. I guess I was making more money or something. It wasn't a bad place, but it seemed like forever since I'd been in anything but a trendy club. Brightly colored walls, floors, drinks, you name it. This bar, dark, dusty, and just plain smelled. Still, it was Tracy's bar. Well, Owen and Tracy's bar now, I guess. It had been too many years since I last saw him. He looked and acted about the same, though. The good kind of mushy. He was a brother to me. As real a brother as I could get. We shared the same foster parent, after all. I sighed. Why had I waited so long to see him again? Okay, Robin. Just got off the phone. About time. You're welcome. My mouth twitched into a smile, but that didn't last long. Trace says it's okay to lend you the loft since it's just collecting dust. Owen slipped me the key, but not without a heavy look. What was that for? I pushed away from the bar to head up to the room. I knew the way up by heart. You know, I thought I'd be happier. I used to love hanging out in that place. The gang and I opened a door and slipped into the darkness. Moonlight poured in through the window. Some of Owen's own things were still scattered around. Either he was way lazy or these were the things the wifey wouldn't let him keep. Luckily, a bed was one of those things. I plopped down on the dusty sheets. After I finished coughing, I yanked off my jacket. I could hardly breathe in here. I finally let myself relax and take in how exhausted I was. I still needed that drink. Yeah, I'll get a drink before I go to sleep. I passed out and woke up with throbbing pains all over. It hurt a lot. I laid in bed feeling miserable, staring up at the ceiling. I poured everything into that damn band. Now what would I do? Where would I go from here? I turned my head and looked out the window. Cars rushing down below, people bumping and passing each other. The world's not going to stop. Crying won't solve anything. They think they give a damn? I didn't have any time to feel sorry for myself. I started to get mad again. Those traitors. How could they do this to me? I sat up again. I needed a plan. A plan to get revenge on those bastards. Okay, step 1, get a drink. Step 2, I'll work on that after I finish step 1. I dragged myself back down the stairs and into the deafening smoke filled below. My goal was the bar, to beg Owen for a free drink or 2 or 3. Let's just not put limits on such generosity. To my surprise, he was quite willing to oblige me. I would have retreated back to my lair, but I knew that I would always need one more drink. Owen, like a fool, would always give me one. Not too late into my drunken stupor, I was upset by who I, at first, disconcerned to be an unruly bar hopper. What's the matter with you guys? You don't know who I am? Get out of here, kid. Come back in a few years. Turns out I was an underage boy trying to score some booze. Didn't concern me until he started throwing a tantrum in my immediate area. I'm going to tell my dad about this stupid bar, and we'll see how many customers you got tomorrow. His antics were loud and annoying, but kind of funny in a pathetic way until the idiot knocked my drink over. That pissed me off. I shoved him hard. Watch it, punk. He stumbled backwards and stared at me, making me seem sober. Eventually, he regained his senses. No one talks to me like that. Do you know who? Let me show you how I handle punks like you. I lunged at him, and it genuinely seemed to scare him. Was I that scary looking? Wait until my dad hears about this. Your daddy ain't here now. I swung at him, disturbing the nearby bar furniture. Robin. I continued to go after the kid until he ran screaming out of the bar. The spilled drink wasn't enough to get this angry over, but I was worked up about something else. It was the poor schmuck who has to deal with my wrath. He was standing outside the bar. He was surprised that I followed him. Me too. Hey, I'm sorry, or whatever. I was still angry, but this guy wasn't Sterling. He wasn't Natasha or Joel, damning him. I scoffed at him as I usually do to signal I won an honest fight. I turned back to enter the bar, but Owen was blocking the way. Let me through, partner. Go straight upstairs. We have a strict policy about fighting. What? No, I'm still thirsty. No exceptions. Fine, there are plenty of other bars. I did my best to stomp away in a huff of fury, but it looked like the worst drunken swagger you've ever seen. That punk kid was laughing at me. What was that? You chased me out of the bar, and now we're in the same spot. Unlike you, I can get a drink anywhere I want. Me too. Cannot. What? Can too. Guys who still wet their beds ain't allowed, so no, not. You're awesome. I'm telling the truth. All I have to say is I'm a Kirby, and they all bend over backwards for me. I pushed past him, having totally lost all interest in his lies. But Dad's going to hear about this. You're never going to. Shut up about your stupid dad and get out of my way. Is that my drink talking? I spun on my heels so fast I had to grab at the kid's clothing to keep my balance. He took it as a threat and looked paler than the moon. Kirby, you're the Spider's kid. Klaus the Spider Kirby, one of the greatest drummers this side of the Mississippi and a certified rock legend. Yeah, I'm a freaking Kirby right in my hands. My poisoned brain chugged as fast as it could. I'd heard of Spider's son, and the word was he had the chops to replace his old dad someday. I held onto the kid's hoodie as I slowly worked things out in my head. He waited in fear. Hey. I shook him and beamed him a wide smile. How about I buy you a drink? His face gained color again, and he finally smiled back at me. Or two. Let's not put a limit on my growing generosity. The light stung my eyes. My tongue was dry, my throat was sore, and I was half crippled by a raging headache. Where the hell was I? I managed to get one eye open. I was on a couch. Is this a hotel room? I darted upwards on the irritating couch. Someone stirred on the floor. It was the kid, surrounded by trash from our escapades, I guess. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. Is that why I woke up? Jesus Christ. What did we do last night? I checked all my clothes. Outside of some new pink coloring, they were all intact. I mean, I wouldn't. Would I? Not with a kid, anyway. The knocking at the door increased in urgency. I'm coming, god damn it. I slunk off the couch, kicking my way through empty bottles. Kirby was startled. 5 more minutes. What? Where? Hey! Shh, shut up. Hide yourself. What? I glowered at him. He took the hint, shut up, and jumped behind the couch. I hurried to make myself presentable, but I was sure I had failed. At long last, I whipped open the door with a fake smile as I could muster. A sharp-dressed man withdrew his hand from the knocking and cleared his throat. Yes, how may I help you? That took all of my strength. Good morning. I am the manager of this establishment. I hope you've enjoyed your stay at the LeMay Hotel, but it has now come to an end. Excuse me? My act ceased. I gave him heavy attitude, and the twitch in his eye let me know it worked. Not only did you refuse to maintain an acceptable noise level, but I regret to inform you that your payment methods have fallen through. Payment? Levels? Had I not been here more than a few hours? I think I'm still drunk. Some uniformed figures appeared from behind the hotel employee. Did he bring the whole army? So you're throwing me out? Precisely. No need. I'm out here on my own. I wish it were that simple. However, that we are here for other crimes outside of stealing a hotel room. My eyes grew wide. What did the Kirby kid get me into? Hotel security closed in on me. God, this is it. I'm getting arrested and I don't even know why. I'm too young to go to jail. He gave himself away. He could have slipped out the window or something. He didn't. We couldn't be that high up. You idiot. Good. The other one is in there too. You have to tell us why you're arresting us, don't you? Your cooperation will make this easier. Some business needs to be taken care of before we turn you over to the proper authorities. God, take me. Take me now, please. Rummet and Emmett's awesome band kicking their damn no-talent lame ass. Great. It must have been 5 feet high, scrawled on the outer wall of the hotel. Where did we even get spray paint? A group of cleaners were already fast at work removing it. Outside of the paint on your clothes, the act was all caught on security cameras. I guess I should save my breath on denying the charges. I stared at the graffiti in complete awe. Wait, who the hell is Emmett's? Hey, you misspelled my name wrong. It's 2 M's and 2 T's. I punched him square in his shoulder. Me? You did this too. Emmett is your name? Emmett? Your name is Marcus. Marcus Kirby. His face changed into something I couldn't decipher. Oh, that's my brother. Brother? You stinking snot-nosed little brat? I attempted to strangle him, but he dodged me, giving security enough time to separate us. One of the men twisted my arm behind my back and I let out a painful yelp. No more sudden moves. Ouch, ouch, okay. This institution that depends highly on the quality of its appearance. Your fine will reflect not only the cost to repair the graffiti, but the estimated amount of business lost because of it. But there are more serious crimes to deal with here. More serious than this? The car used to pay for your stay has been reported stolen. Any last words in self-defense before I terminate your stay here and contact the police? I was speechless. I don't remember stealing anyone's card or even having one. Sterling handled the money. I'm really, really sorry. I confess, I stole it. You what? All this screaming can't be good for my voice. It's my dad's card. Man, I'm going to get in such trouble. The hotel employee laughed condescendingly. Right, you're the son of the famous drummer, Spider Kirby. But I am. How come nobody believes me? Let's go back to the room and I can show you my driver's license. The manager gave Emmett a look. A good long look. After a moment, he gestured to the security guards who let him go. Take the girl to my office. I will verify his identity. The guard holding me yanked me all the way inside the building, despite my protests of being able to walk on my own. I was forcefully seated in the bright office, surrounded by my caring entourage. I looked at the nameplate on the desk. It read Beauregard LeMay. Shit. His last name is the name of the hotel. This is personal. And a stolen credit card? Thank God that kid really is a Kirby. Otherwise, we'd both be in the slammer right now. But he's not the Kirby I wanted. Who was he to mislead me like that? That brat? I guess I should have known that Marcus would at least be old enough to buy his own drinks. No, this is all his fault. All of it. He forced me to buy those drinks. He forced me to vandalize the hotel. He stole his father's card. The office door swung open. Security seated Emmett next to me while the manager sat down at his desk in silence. Leave us, please. The guards left the room, but for some reason I was less at ease with them gone. None of us said anything while he shuffled through papers and buzzed someone to notify Emmett's dad. I looked over at Kirby to see if looks could kill, but he was too focused on a spot on the floor. He seemed pretty upset about the whole thing, but I don't know. I still wanted him to claim that everything was his idea and I could just walk away. I guess there's no chance of that happening with security footage, huh? Your identity checks out. I was unaware that the famous musician had 2 sons. I snorted. Me too. The manager gave me a strange look as he put on his glasses. Maybe I shouldn't have opened my mouth. But your identity is still in question. You're not his escort, are you? Watch it, Ponytail, or I'll string you up by your own chandelier. The manager was stoic for a moment and then dismissed me by looking back at his computer. Sorry, that was a rude thing for me to ask. I deeply apologize. To my relief, the phone rang on the manager's desk and he swiftly answered. I looked back at Emmett. He looked like he could cry. Maybe I should have just taken the blame, too. I mean, I did buy him drinks underage, too. He was just a kid. Geez, how old is he? He doesn't look that young. The click of the phone returned my attention back to the manager. We both searched him for a response of any kind, but he returned to messing with his laptop. I sighed. Looks like you're off the hook for the moment. Huh? Wait, take everything I just said back. I was informed that the charges against Emmett Kirby have been dropped and someone is coming to collect you. Collect me? I'm going to jail? It's your brother. Emmett slunk back in his chair as if that was even a worse fate. The manager, however, was studying me from behind his glasses, and I didn't even stop when I caught him. I know you. You're Robin Gilly from Shocker Millennium. You want an autograph? He didn't respond and returned to filling out forms. Let's annoy him. You don't seem the type to enjoy my music, or anything for that matter. You don't even know my name, let alone my type. It's right there on your desk. Then maybe you should make use of it. I wouldn't even know how to begin to pronounce it. He sighed heavily and stood up. Okay, so I wasn't making the situation any better. I should have just shut my mouth. And this is actually where we're going to leave this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!